whole world is underselling us. You know it as well as I do, right? I can't think of anything better. The fact that they aren't talking about our team with the depth that we have at every position, I've been saying it to every that I've spoken to in the media, right? In terms of our goalies, our back end close defensemen, our long stick middies, our short stick middies, our face-off guy.
All right. And we're back. And of course, as always, Matt, I joke about it. Literally went to click live on Twitter and it doesn't want to let me. So everything is off to a flying start, as always.
Safe. It can't be an episode without some issues. So.
Yeah. I'm just tweeting something out about the Twitter link, just so you know. You had a whole list, so I'm going to let you go through. We're going to do this. I'm going to change this up for you now. Do your cards first, because I'm going to send this out. And while you're talking about your cards, I can do that. But obviously, we're back. This is kind of a one-off for right now. I think before you get into that, I mean, we've talked about having some freshmen come on. I don't know how much you want to say, what you want to say about that.
So Dan and I have been talking about, okay, what do we do from now until February, right? Because like we don't want to just not have any episodes anytime we're not in season, right? Like, so, you know, Dan's talked about doing a fan forum at some point. You know, we've talked about maybe getting some former players on at some point. I've been reaching out to some, you know, incoming players, some new freshmen, you know, maybe even some current players. We're just going to try to figure out, maybe do some like little mini interviews, talk about either their experience coming in or getting recruited, or, you know, their experiences from last year or however long they've been in the program. Who knows? Maybe we can even get a coach on at some point. Who knows?
I will just say I am efforting a coach. I think
Sweet.
you can go with what that is. I don't know a date. I don't know a time. I don't know an answer. That's all I'm going to say. So,
yep.
But yeah, I mean, we're going to try a couple things. Obviously, I want to do the fan forum thing. My summer, as I told you, Matt, has kind of been a blur. So I had a whole plan to do fan forum, all that, and then summer took over. And because Matt doesn't work, Matt has all the time in the world to do everything. He texts with the Splinas, he FaceTimes with them every day, and he gets all the answers. If you believe any of that I just said about Matt, I got a bridge in Brooklyn. So you want to do summer or you want to do cards? I'll let you pick because you're the card guy
first and get it over with.
Okay.
Yeah. So I like showing off the cards I get and stuff. So I got a couple kind of unique things, and then I'll go into a couple other details. Yeah. So I found some details online that like some of the former Cuse players were like the little pocket schedule. They were like the cover athlete for the pocket schedule. So I got a couple of those in the mail. This one, I'm hoping we'll be able to see it. Yeah, I got to hold it far enough away.
Kind of, yeah. I was gonna say because once I was showing you earlier because we were showing off each other's cards.
Yeah.
Is that a Barrage? Is that a?
Yep. So this is
MLL?
Bridgeport Barrage before there was Philadelphia Barrage, and that's Roy Colsey. This is Roy Colsey from 2001. So I thought that one was.
Is that so? Are those? I mean, I'm going to try and dumb this down for other people. Is that just a base card? Is that not That's
So
nothing. That's just a
this
base
is
card.
this isn't even a card, right? So this is I'll take it out of the sleeve.
Oh,
so this
okay.
is like what you would get in the old days
Oh,
at
it's a,
SU.
okay.
It's a little pocket schedule.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Oh,
Yep.
so we jumped off the card bandwagon. I just want to
Yep.
make this clear. Matt
Yep.
jumped off the.
So a couple little
that's-
unique things. So I got that one, and I've got a list of other players I got to find at some point. And then this one is from 2008 Cannons, little number 0 Mikey Powell.
Nice.
So you can see the back. It just got the little schedule. So this is like a card because it's just a card,
Yeah.
but the little pocket schedules they came out with. And then go ahead.
Go ahead. And then I have a question for you, but you have the brain for it. But do they grade those? So if I sent that in to them, would they?
I don't see why not. Because they'll
wondering.
like PSA will grade just papers that are signed and stuff, like a blank piece of
Right.
paper that's signed to show that it's
Right.
authenticated and stuff.
Yeah, that's fine. I just want to make sure, just for
Yeah, I
in
would
case
think so.
In case anybody's interested. Matt,
Yep.
trust me, will answer your DMs about cards, but he
I
doesn't
love
answer
talking with people about
anything
this stuff. So
He
message
doesn't
me if
talk to
you got
anybody
questions.
else. He has phone numbers of people. That's all I'm going to say.
So then another unique thing I got in the mail, and shout out to Roanne Collins, who she's in our lacrosse card collecting group on Twitter. She lives up in Canada and had a connection to get these.
Okay.
So the Victoria Shamrocks were celebrating their 75th anniversary this year. And Gary and Paul played on the Victoria Shamrocks way back in the day. So it's a whole set. It's like a set of 40 cards, but these were the only 2 cards I was interested in the whole collection. But
Is that the whole team set then? That's what that is essentially.
it's
right?
like a
It's the
whole kind of random set of
really
40 cards
Ooh.
that celebrate the anniversary. Some have players, some have full teams that won like the championships.
Yeah.
So this is one of them, just Gary, and then this one is the both of them.
Right.
So kind of cool.
Nice.
And then so 2 other highlights. I'll quickly just show this. And then we can
This
get
is
into
your show.
actual
I'm
stuff.
just the co-host, so I'm just the co-host.
So Leaf, one of the card companies, they when was it? Was it August? Yeah, it was August. They dropped some NLL cards.
Yep.
I'll just pull out kind of like one of each player just to kind of show them.
I was gonna say, while you're doing that, I just want to give a shout out to Alex for pulling the card that he pulled.
Dude,
Not a
that was
Syracuse player.
insane. And I'm so
Like-
mad I picked the wrong box.
And available, no free promos, but it is available at Gideon's Gallery. So I'll just say it that way.
Yeah. So Simmons is in the set.
Okay.
So they're sharp looking
Nice.
cards.
Yeah.
And then I think it's 3 other players. So then Brendan Bomberry's in the set. For the
Right.
Georgia Swarm. So there's this, and they all kind of look the same, and there's 20 different parallels that are all
I
different.
was gonna say I see it
colors.
numbered on that as well.
Yeah, all of them are numbered. Highest numbers to 50. That's kind of the cool thing with Leaf.
That is awesome.
This is one of my better ones so far. This is Randy Stotts to 5 autograph.
Oh, okay.
Nice. And then the last player that I have is Warren Hill. So, and here's a Warren Hill to 5. So they did a good job. I was a little bit apprehensive because I'm typically not a fan of Leafs product, but
I was gonna ask because this is gonna sound horrible. I don't buy anything Leaf. I am a strict just
well, because they don't have the licensing for some of the major sports.
I was gonna say authenticate. Wow, I can't even say the word authentication for most sports.
Yep.
Doesn't exist for them, and it's not even a bad thing. It's just the way it is.
They just don't have the license.
Yeah. Yeah. And you see that with a bunch of other products. So I'm not even playing them because I know that Select has issues with baseball because they aren't licensed for the MLB.
So my last card thing. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead. Ask your question.
No,
first.
this is dumb inside baseball stuff that you and I can discuss. Trust me. It's
Okay.
Yeah.
So last thing for anybody who is interested in lacrosse cards. So TFL is a card producing company. They're relatively new. They produced the World Box Lacrosse Championship cards that featured Team Canada, Team USA, and Team Haudenosaunee. They are coming out with an NLL product, and actually after Leaf produced theirs, TFL is now taking over the licensing for producing those cards. If you look up TFL sports cards, I don't know their exact website, but if you look them up, There's a pre-order. They drop in October. Highly recommend it. Another one of my card collecting buddies, Todd, is one of the guys in the company who is
TFL Sport, by the way, TFLsport.com.
Yep.
Just for the
Oh,
record.
I forgot. That made me. Speaking of TFL, that made me think of one more thing. I got one more thing to show you. So
Okay, go ahead.
People will think this is cool. So when for those of you who don't know who are watching, when a card company produces cards and there's like all these different variations and it's like a blue to 50, a red to 25, blah, blah, blah. When you get all of them, it's called getting the rainbow and like completing the rainbow. And so I had a really cool moment this summer and was able to complete the rainbow of an SU player.
Really?
I'm hoping this will show.
It will not.
Let's see, where is it? Okay, hold on. I gotta turn off my background.
Yeah, you're good, dude. I know. Listen, I know you're sponsored by him. It's okay. We all know. We all know. I know. I saw who it was. I know who.
No, it's not Spalina.
Oh no. Okay.
No, I don't have the money to afford a Spalina rainbow.
Yeah. All right. So let's.
If you can see it. Where am I going here?
It's just the glare, so it's not even you.
So it's Joel White.
Okay.
I've got all of them, including the 1-1 and the 1-1 auto.
Yeah, you sent me the picture of that one, right?
You
sent me the one in August or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm terrible at responding to your messages. Obviously, you already know that.
But yeah, so that was a cool moment when that happened.
Oh, you sent me about the 6 out of 10, which I'll talk to you about. If you still have that one.
It's not. I already sold it.
Oh my God. The one time I want to buy a local product. The one time, I just want to point this out.
I have his base card, though. I'll give you one of his base cards.
Matt has offered me cards for weeks. I say no. The first time I want to say yes, no, it's gone.
Took too long.
I like I told you before, I am back in the card game. So if people have their lacrosse cards and you want me to lose money, just
I got some stuff. I'll send you some pictures.
We'll talk. You and I will talk. Let's talk summer though. Let's go summer. We'll go kind of right in order the list that we had, and then you have a quiz for me, which I'm going to fail miserably, and I already know this. So, shout out to the people who think I suck at commentating. You're going to get your wish on that. That's all I'm going to say. So
before we started,
okay.
Dan and I were talking about how busy we were this summer.
Yeah,
and we certainly were not the only people that were busy this summer.
Right.
And I don't have everybody's information, but I have people able to look up. So a lot of the guys on the team were playing all over the place at some high levels. And so we'll start with the guys who are currently still on the team. One, we'll start with Placid. So the guys that I know of, Team 91, one of the clubs down Long Island, they had a Legends team who played at Placid that included the Spalina boys, Mike Leo. I'm pretty sure Nick Kakamo was on the team too, but there's some other guys.
I think
Christian Boulay, I think, played with them.
Yeah.
And they won their division for Placid, which is cool. And then, so in no particular order, starting with Joey. Joey played Senior B. We talked about it, at the beginning of the summer. We were talking about, okay, what is everybody doing?
Right.
He played for the Snake Island Muskies. They actually won their championship. It's called the President's Cup for Senior B. So they won that. Joey led the team in points this summer. He had 19 goals and 32 assists in 11 regular season games. So averaged about 51 points. So averaged almost 5 points a game, which is pretty sweet.
Right.
And he in there, so basically it's kind of like junior A and some of those other levels for Canadian summer lacrosse, box lacrosse, where Ontario has their own division, Vancouver or British Columbia has their own division, and then the winners of all those areas come together to play in a tournament to be the winner, right? So and for junior or senior B, that's called President's Cup. So in that tournament, and I don't know how many games it was, but he had 23 points, 10 goals, and 13 assists. So, and then the other cool thing is that Stephen Keogh and Jerry Stotts were also on the team with him, which was really cool. And their social media posted a picture of them. So I was actually messaging with Joey. I was like, it's pretty cool that you get to play with some of the older guys. And he's like, yeah, it's actually been really sweet. So
Once again, Matt has the connection. That's all I'm going to say. So,
and then other side note, Jeremy Thompson also played in Junior B this summer from one of the
Okay.
Ontario teams. I can't remember what team it was, but so that's a little bit about Joey. I know he was doing a lot of camps and stuff this summer too. I know he worked a camp out in California for Will Mark. Will Mark was doing one
okay.
because that's where Will's from. And one of my buddies, Brad, was able to connect with him, so that was kind of cool.
Matt has the connection to get Will Mark. That's all I'm going to say. Matt and has the people. So we're gonna talk about that one. That's all jokes aside. We are going to talk about that one and trying to get somebody like what we were talking about earlier. Working on that.
So Owen O'Farrell we mentioned Victoria Shamrocks earlier. He played for their junior team this summer.
Okay.
In 12 games, he had 35 points, 16 goals, and 19 assists, which really good for him.
Yep.
Just further helping his skills and growing. And I think he's one of those players that, this year or into next year, I would expect to step up into bigger roles. So I'm glad to see that he took his offseason seriously and worked really hard and did relatively well. So, and then Trey played with Orangeville again, the team that him and Joey played on last year, and Jake Spalina. They made it to. So the Minto Cup is the equivalent of the President's Cup for Senior B. Minto Cup is for Junior A, and they made it to the finals and were the runners up again, like they were last year. In 28 games, Trey had 96 points, 42 goals, and 54 assists. So he crushed it again.
Yeah, I was going to say he seems to produce in the indoor leagues a lot.
Yep, he's going to be a menace when he gets to the NLL.
Yeah,
and
we'll get there because there was a draft, obviously, like that.
Yeah,
go ahead.
And we'll talk about when we get to fall. Never mind, I'm not even going to go there yet. And then Jake and Donnie Scott are on that team too.
Okay.
They both play defense, so they don't have a ton of stats. But Jake had 2 assists. Donnie had 2 goals and 7 assists.
Okay.
But they don't track like cause turnovers or any of that kind of stuff. On there, so there wasn't much to report. But
it's kind of weird. You can't really show. Obviously, they probably had an impact because they played, but we're not like that's
exactly. So then Ted Rawson, who's one of our incoming freshmen. He played Junior A as well and played for the Burlington Blaze. He finished with 30 points, 9 goals, and 21 assists in 9 games. And then a couple guys on our team played in Senior A, which is like the highest level of summer box lacrosse. Both Finn and Dante Bowen, one of our transfers, the transfer from Ohio State, the short safety mid, they both played for the Brampton Excelsiors. In 13 games, Finn finished with 40 points, 18 goals, and 22 assists. And Dante, same thing as kind of Jake and Donnie, plays D, but he had a goal and a couple assists in 11 games. And then lastly, for indoor box for up north, Greg Elijah Brown played Senior A as well for the Owen Sound North Stars. And in 7 games, he had 13 points, 4 goals, and 9 assists. So pretty productive summer up north for several of our guys. So it was cool to see.
This is all your expertise, so I'm letting you just roll.
Yep, I'll just keep going. I'll just keep going. So now going to former players, guys who are not on our current roster anymore. So we have a lot of guys who play at the Senior A level. A lot of our former Canadian players and former Haudenosaunee players. So Alex Simmons played out west for the Victoria Shamrocks. He finished with 9 points. I don't think he played in their full season because he also played with he plays in the NLL. But Randy Stotts and Cody Jameson and Brendan Bomberry and Warren Hill all played for the Six Nations Chiefs, which is one of the better teams for Senior A, which is called Major Series Lacrosse, I think is what it's called up north. That team is like the when the Yankees would load up their roster in like the late 90s. Like that's
Right.
that kind of team. Like it's Dane Smith, Josh Byrne, Lyle Thompson, and then Stotts and Jameson and Warren Hill and all these crazy good players. So they're like crazy loaded up, and they're playing against, I can't remember which team it is, but they're playing right now. I don't know if they're playing today right now, but like the series is going
Right.
on right now for like their equivalent of the championship. But yeah, so Stotts finished the regular season with 38 points, 9 goals, and 29 assists. Cody Jameson finished with 36 points, 6 goals, and 30 assists. Brendan Bomberry finished with 9 goals and 24 assists. And then Warren Hill finished with 392 saves and a 5.65 goals against average, which is pretty dang good in box.
Yeah. It's just
Because they score a lot.
right.
And then finally, and even though he was an eyesore on the program, Chase Scanlon played out west as well, and he finished with 61 points, 28 goals, and 33 assists.
I think he will always be, just to touch on that, I think he will always be the biggest what if to me. Things worked out the way that they did without going into too many details. We'll just say it that way. But he was one that came in with all the hype.
He's the biggest individual what if, and I think the biggest overall what if is the 2020 season.
Yes. Matt, that's when Matt started watching lacrosse. I just wanted to
You're the worst.
It's okay. Listen, I have video. I've got all of my, I don't have notes. I just have my jokes ready about you. All those are written down. So that's all I'm going to say. I got through a couple.
Those are your only notes making fun of me?
Yeah. All right. That's PLL, I think is.
Yep. That's my last chunk. Yep. So we had, and the cool thing is it's nice to see that we're getting more and more players into the PLL now too, with some of the team being more successful now and players doing better. We're starting to see more players. So we had 7 total players and or 6 total players and a coach playing this summer. Hiltz by far had the best season out of anybody, I would say. Yep. Finished the season with 31 points, and that was 27 in the regular season. He averaged almost 4 points a game. Right. Which is insane. It's like the second highest ever that someone has averaged in their rookie season. And he played less games than everybody else. And we talked about this on the last episode, but because of dealing with the Canadian visa stuff, he missed the first 3 games. Right. And he was pretty instrumental in their season kind of projecting more positively, and they made the playoffs and won a first round game too. So that was pretty cool. And they were a team that was not expected to do well because they're kind of in a rebuilding year, but they're not freshmen, but their rookies kind of helped them have a more successful season. Sammy English, who plays for the Redwoods, he only played in a couple games because he got an ankle injury. He was doing pretty well, and then that injury sidelined him for the rest of the season. Carter Rice also plays for the Redwoods. He is one of those guys, and it was the same at SU, like where he's not a stat patter by any means. Right. He's just a stout defender. He's not going to be the guy to go up and transition and score goals. Like that's just not his game. But like he had a really great season. Like he was many times against some of the best players in the world. Like and did pretty well against them. Like he was matched up against like Connor Fields and like just crazy talent, and he held his ground pretty good and did pretty well overall, I think. Right. And then I would say second best behind Hiltz in terms of their seasons was Michael Grace. He plays for the Atlas, and him, Jake Stevens, Woolmark, and then Stephen Brooks, who's one of the offensive coordinators. They actually play this Sunday for the championship at 12:30. I think is the start time.
I gotta look that. I haven't even.
I know it's on ABC. I just don't remember the time. I think it's 12:30. But folks who want to see some Cuse alums play, tune into that. But yeah, so Grace had a really good season. 6 caused turnovers, 18 ground balls, and then he finished with 10 points.
Right.
2 goals, 2 2-point goals, and 4 assists. And it's actually only the 4th time in PLL season that a defender has scored more than 10 points in a season, or 10
Right.
points in a season. And the 3rd time it happened was also this season, Jake Pacino. Shout out Liverpool alum. And then so I mentioned Jake Stevens and Will Mark also play with Michael Grace on the Atlas. Jake Stevens is kind of like a second line / short stick D mid kind of player.
Right.
He had 9 goals and 10 ground balls. And then Will Mark is the backup goalie. I don't think he saw any playing time this year, but I wouldn't have expected him to unless Entman got injured. Because
Yeah, I was gonna say he's he's from. I would say this the right way. He's like probably 2 years away from playing significant minutes, as long as things transition the way they do.
Yeah.
Unless somehow he gets moved, in my opinion, because Entman's one of the best goalies ever. And
Yep.
Just insane.
Here we go. Lost you for a second.
There we go. We're good. We're good. I thought the same thing. I was like, Matt has all the notes, everything. This is just going to be a short show. This is going to end really quick if we freeze again. That's all I'm going to say. I win the quiz.
And then, like I said, Stephen Brooks is their offensive coordinator. So pretty exciting to see. And I don't really have a team. I consider myself an Atlas fan because they're the New York team and they have kind of the most SU guys on their team. So I root for them. So and they
shout out
kind
to
of come
Boston
up.
Cannons. That's all I'm going to say. Go ahead.
What'd you say?
Boston Cannons. Boston Cannons.
Oh yeah, no, I forgot.
Player
Odurno was
Cannons.
the defensive coordinator for the Cannons this year.
Yep.
But
Matt's not a real lacrosse fan. He just looks up stats on PLL.com. Just want to point that out to people.
But yeah, so I was just happy to see that the Atlas finally got over the hump because they've been like last year in particular, like they had one of the best regular seasons ever and then just blew it in the playoffs. So I'm kind of happy to see them finally get over the hump. So people were calling them the Dallas Cowboys of the PLL, and I was like, oh boy.
That's never a mantra. Mantra is the wrong word.
Comparison.
It's never what you want to be called. That's how.
Yeah.
Especially as talented as those teams are, there's enough parity in the PLL where everybody should be making one or winning one. I'll just say it that way.
Yeah.
That's
Well, even like look at the last 2 years the Archers won, and this year they didn't even make the playoffs. So,
right.
Yeah,
that's all right. What's next, Matt? What do you have any more?
That's all my summer
do
notes.
NLL draft.
Oh, we can talk about
NLL
draft. Yeah.
Jeb.
So
Owen.
Hilt was picked 3rd to the Toronto Rock.
Yep.
And then Jeb was picked, I don't remember what number, but I think it was to Ottawa.
Yep.
The Ottawa Black
There's
Bears.
another player
Jameson?
This brings a question. No, there's a second round. Where is this? I have this. Jordan Vincent.
Oh yeah. Did he transfer or no? I don't remember.
He was drafted with a 29th pick. So I just went to look him up on the Cuse.com website.
Mm-hmm.
And he shows as a sophomore for me. Unless I'm just like.
So it's funny because Sammy technically was in last year's draft, even though he still had another year or two at SU. So I don't know how the rules work for that stuff. Because even I mentioned Jameson, I meant Jameson Bucktooth, who is he at OCC or is he still in high school?
I think it was OCC. I want to say it was OCC.
Yeah. So for those you don't know, he's a local kid. I'm sure he's related to Brett in some way, shape, or form. I would be
shocked. I would be shocked if he wasn't. Let me just say it that way.
I don't think it's his son, but it might be like a nephew or something. But he got drafted too, and he still has I think multiple years of eligibility left. He's someone who I would love to see Cuse pick up in a transfer portal somehow at some point. So I don't
He's
I don't know
20
how
years
the
old, just for the record.
he's 20.
So
Yeah.
we were both wrong. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So he's probably at OCC then. But yeah, I don't know how it works with like when you can declare.
Right. That's
And like, and the other thing too is like guys who get drafted don't even necessarily end up either playing or wanting to play. Like I look at Brandon, I bring him up all the time. Brandon Corp, he's my example.
I know where you're going with this. Go
He-
ahead.
He got drafted by the Cannons, played with the Cannons, but he also got drafted, I want to say, by like the Nighthawks, maybe, or even the Bandits. It was one of the upstate teams, but he had no intentions of playing, like, and didn't end up playing box. Like, so
Right.
I don't know if it's just they just pick the players who they think, oh, maybe they'll come play with us. I don't know. So I don't know how all that works, but yeah. So then we had three. Then
There
Jordan.
Technically, Vincent. Once again, Vincent is the question mark, but that's only because I don't know the NLL rules. I don't want to even try and figure those out because there's so many stupid rules in all the drafts now with everything that.
Yeah, and it might be one of those things where like we can draft him early, so we have the rights to him.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think it's I want to say it's an age thing, just off a rough guess.
Oh yeah,
off
might
the
be
off the buck tooth. And if Vincent's 20, once again, I don't know. I don't want to speculate. Because like I said, when you were talking about that, I was looking him up and I was like, I don't remember hearing about him ever. Like,
well, and the NLL is a cluster right now because Albany just moved up to Ontario.
Yep.
And then the Nighthawks were going to end, but then the Seneca Nation bought them. And then their collective bargaining agreement still hasn't gone through, but they opened free agency. So, like, they're kind of a cluster. So, they needed to get their draft done. So,
okay. I don't know. This is stupid. It looks like he's still on the roster. Vincent?
Yeah. Is he listed as a junior or a senior?
He's listed as a sophomore in 2024. That's why I don't like I said, I don't want to say anything that like I looked it up. To be honest, I had to scroll, obviously, but he's listed as a long stick midfielder. 23 in 2023 he played 2 games as freshman. And then 2024 saw 2 games as a short stick mini.
I'm pretty sure he played with the guys at Orangeville too. That name sounds familiar.
Okay, looks like he's from BC. So
okay, so he's a Canadian.
Yeah, he's British Columbia. He is British Columbia. He went to IMG for high school, but he played. He's from BC, so that would make sense. Once again, I got Matt. Matt's going to get me on the quiz, but I got Matt on one, so I call that a win for the day. So obviously, since the last time we talked, Reggie obviously got hired, which we touched on.
Yep.
Rick's, I think it's oldest. We talked about this earlier, but I'm going to butcher this. Oldest.
Yeah.
Right? Is that what Rick's oldest daughter transferred in. One of his daughters transferred in. That's how I'll say it. But I could have sworn it was the oldest.
Yes, because he has 2 daughters, right?
Right. It'd be great if he messaged me right now. I was like, you don't know what you're talking about. Hi, Rick, if you're watching. That's all I'm going to say. I know you said you had written down a couple notes about the women's.
Angela, that's her name. Yes.
Angela, okay. Angela, she played at Stony Brook.
Yep. And then he has a daughter who's a junior too, Viviana.
Did you have any other notes for the
women's side?
Yep.
So, and we'll talk about the men's side of this.
Yep. Right after we'll go. Yeah, we'll flip it over. Do you want to do men's first? Because
since we're talking about the women's, we can do that. So,
okay.
Once again, for those who don't know, the way recruiting works for college lacrosse is as of Jesus Christ, September 1st. I already want it to be February, clearly.
Don't do that.
September 1st. I do only for lacrosse season. I don't want the winter, but
okay.
But so as of September 1st, a kid's junior year of high school, they can be contacted and recruited for college lacrosse.
Yep.
And so at the beginning of this month, 10 days ago, all 2027s could start announcing their commitments and be recruited. And so,
Yep.
so far, Reggie and his staff have been very active, which is awesome. I'm pretty sure they're all 4-stars. I don't know off the top of my head because there's only a couple that were actually said it on their on the post. But he's already got 6 in the class.
Right.
I know a couple of them definitely are 4-stars.
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm gonna try to say last names, but I'm gonna mess them up.
Oh, I love this. Let's do this.
Olivia Makatek is how I'm gonna say it. She's the
I
young
think
lady
that's-
from
I think
Watertown.
I think that's a fair. We'll just.
Yeah,
I think we're good with that.
she's the midfielder from Watertown. Which I love. Like that was the first one, and I was like, all right, let's get some local kids. And then we didn't get the 2 5-stars from CNS, but that's okay.
Okay, we can do that. That's okay. Like,
and then Ellie. Oh my God. Botliger, Bottigler, but
yeah, I love you trying to do this. This makes my day. Watching
she's
you
from
just do this.
Rochester, which still like a upstate kid.
Yeah,
she's the other one that was listed.
Bottigler.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm looking at the
Bottigler.
Yeah, these are good. I'm looking at the names. I'm like, oh, this is not gonna be. I almost want to reach out and be like, how do you pronounce? Like, just tell me. I don't want to be weird, but how do you pronounce your last name? Can you give me like a pronounce?
Thank God they have like the phonetic listings on the website once the roster's
Yeah, right.
So she's from Irondequoit, midfielder, defender.
Okay,
and then Carolina DeFondi. That's probably a more simpler one. Another upstate kid.
Carlina,
sorry, not Carolina.
I don't know, talking about the same person.
Carlina DeFondi. Yep, from Victor. So another Rochester kid. Attack. Ellie Carney, nailed that one.
Yep,
from Pennsylvania. Attack midfielder. Alexa,
what's your recruiting star? No, nope. I'm not gonna let you get off easy.
I couldn't find him on the list.
So if you go to Inside Lacrosse, I'm literally.
Oh my Christ! Oh my God! Did I lose Dan too? Oh no!
Yeah, no.
Did you look them up individually?
We're back. We're kind of back.
Yeah, I'm here.
I went Inside Lacrosse. They have it. Recruiting database. I'm gonna send you this just so you have it. You know, usually I'm the guy who does all the social stuff, and you're the guy who does all the research. But we're not going to talk about that right now.
Falling apart. We're falling apart at the seams, Dan.
Yeah. All right. So I just sent you that, and you can pull up. It has.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yep. It has that up to. It has the 26s. It has the 27s. I'm assuming
because that's how I looked up the men's. I should have known that.
Okay.
So that's for it to load on my screen.
And then I know you were starting to say it, and I know it went all spinning. Alexa Davos, I think, is that how you pronounce it? Another 4-star.
Yep.
And Norwell High School. I have 5, so I have 5, unless you have somebody else.
There's one more that just got announced today.
Okay.
But she's not on Inside Lacrosse yet. Abby Johnson, she's a defender from Georgia.
And the Alexa Davos is from Massachusetts.
I wonder if Reggie had known of that last one, Abby, because she's down south and he was at Florida before, so she was on his radar.
The scuttlebutt, I'll just say it that way, is that. Well, I think you'll understand. It's the easiest way I can say it. My words are bad today. Is that some of these players are players that were being recruited by Florida when he was there. That's the
and that happens.
Like it's public. Like, let's just be fair here. Like, it's not like it's a secret.
Well, look at that goalie that flipped to Penn State, right?
Yeah,
because she was recruited by Kayla.
Yeah.
So
that's the ones that I have for the women's, obviously. Let's flip it over to the men's, because I know we joke about it, but this is what you and I know more about. I hate to say it that way. I don't want to. Why is this? Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Whenever you want to start.
So we didn't really get any news for juniors until this week.
Yeah.
The first week we were quiet, but I know that recruits were on campus this weekend. Recruits will be on campus this coming weekend. It's just how it goes. Like every program's like that right now. This is their prime time. Work on fall ball and get the juniors on campus so you can get their commitments. Right. That's what happens. So huge news at the beginning of this week. Mo
Goalie week, by the way. Goalie week. So
what'd you say?
Continue. Goalie week. That's all I was going to say is goalie week.
So Mo Sobel, he's the top goalie in the class. His overall number ranges, like one place had him as the number one overall recruit. One has him 5, one has him 7.
Yeah.
But he's a top 10 recruit, best goalie in the class, which is huge because if you look at kind of our current team, it's a perfect primer to pick up after McCool and Ippoliti.
Yep.
So I was really happy to see that because that probably would have been our biggest need. And then I think it was today, or maybe it was even yesterday. Oh yeah, he's at
today.
Quincy.
He's listed. So I was going to say he's listed. So I assume.
Yep. He's a midi. He's a big boy. My other notes is go back to Mo for a second. Also, I love the name Mo. Like that's awesome. He's 6'5", which is awesome for a goalie. He is from New Jersey but plays at IMG. And then this Quincy Quillard kid, number 76 in the class. He's a midi, but is gonna probably end up playing short stick D mid for us. 6'3", 200 pounds. So he's a big boy too. He's gonna be perfect.
Yikes! Not yikes in a bad way. Great size, love it. I'm good.
Run over kids, knock him to the ground kind of guy. Also, my other note from Mo that they had on his profile when they posted, he had a 68 save percentage as a sophomore.
Oh, okay.
Which is insane. And granted, there's a big jump from high school to college, but and then since we're talking about recruits, we
are you gonna break news?
No. I wish I was that. That'd be crazy.
You are, but we don't have to get it. You are. You know more than me. That's all I'm gonna say.
But I was looking back at the 2026 class because sometimes in the fall, kids will flip. Because they, another school reaches out just because they're technically not going here until they sign their letter, right? Which they do their senior year. Which is, I think it's in the winter their senior year. I think.
I think you're spot on.
Our class is made up of, let's see, 1 5-star, 5 4-stars, a 3-star, and then one other kid. And it's a mix. It's mostly it's all midfielders, except for a couple D guys and a face-off guy.
I'm okay with that. So we'll kind of get into that because, we talked about it. The positions of need, when you look at the 26 class and the 27 class, and you look at the production that's leaving, I'll just phrase it that way.
Mm-hmm. Well, even if you look at the kids that are coming in that are freshmen right now, too.
We can go there. Bogue is going to play. Realistically, Bogue is going to play a lot.
But even so if you look at the 3 classes, right? Like the class that's in right now is freshmen, and then the next 2 incoming classes, we're okay at attack. It's middies, and honestly, you could put a midi down at attack more than you could put an attack up to midfielder, right? So you have more flexibility there if you bring in midfielders. So our biggest recruit in the 26 class is Jaden James. He's the defender, number 13 in the class. He's the 1 5-star. And then our next highest is Nick Rayfield from Marcellus, which once again, I love that we're getting some more local kids, high level local kids.
I'm a little upset. Side note: I'm a little upset I didn't see Gary at the Marcellus sectional game. I'll just
Oh,
say
yeah.
I'll just say I saw a couple of Maryland coaches. Just
Oh, you Tillman. Yeah.
yeah, Tillman was there. He was there for the sectional game. I may have almost.
Is that where the other kid's going for Marcellus
I
Dashner?
think so. That's
Yeah.
where he was there. He was there, and a couple other coaches were there.
Yeah.
I hope people understand that I'm joking about Gary not being there. I also understand that he's out recruiting everywhere else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think how's it phrased there? Because I know one of the kids from I think they committed to Marcellus or not Marcellus, Maryland.
Yeah.
They're Maryland, and then the other one obviously
It's us. Yeah.
they're a loaded team locally. We'll phrase
Yes,
it that way. They are loaded and they are reloading.
Yeah.
They're getting a lot better. That's a two local inside knowledge stuff that So we look at these classes, right? And then we'll get into the quiz, which is I am delaying as much as I possibly can right now because of my brain. I'm trying to rack my brain, trying to think of we talked about this. I'm trying to think of the names already. I've already got the names in my head. What's a position that you don't see filled? Because I see a bunch of the midfielders, right? Like in the 26, obviously, like there's one to me. We'll just say position groups. We'll say it that way. Not obviously.
I'm looking at I'm looking at the women's side. Damn it. I think I already closed.
Well, I mean, we could go there too, but like
I had the wrong thing open. I still feel this way just in general about the team right now is what happens if Johnny gets hurt?
Yes, that's actually where I was going to go with this because offense obviously loaded with who you have coming in as freshmen, right? Plus on top of the team that's already there. On the defensive side, you've got a lot of people returning. You've got some experience there, like Jimmy's obviously another year into the system. So
yeah, and like if you look at our freshman class right now, we have one face-off guy, and he's not even listed as a 3-star on Inside Lacrosse. And that's not to say he's not going to be a good player.
Yeah,
you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
but that's the question is, can we ride Johnny till the wheels fall off?
I think, but see, here's what's crazy, and this is obviously when the season gets closer, we're going to talk about this more. They always seem, and teams seem to do this. They seem to find some hidden gem on the team that some back defenseman, somebody that can take 5 faceoffs. Let's just phrase it that way. Somebody that can give you the blow for Johnny
for when he jumps or something.
Yeah. I think we're times you find somebody that's already on the team. There's a couple of sleepers though in these classes, right? This kid may not be a 3-star yet, wherever because we all know how that works out.
Yeah.
But we've seen a lot of 3-stars develop.
Yep.
I've seen a lot of 5-stars that have flunked as well. I mean, there's a local kid from here. I'm not going to mention the name because everybody gets all upset, but he came in as a number 1, I think. I think it was number 1.
Yes, he was number 1 in the class.
And underwhelmed, mostly because of injury. I'll just be fair to him, mostly because of injury and everything. But when you think about that.
And that's the thing is it's about the sum of the parts, right?
Yeah.
One player can't, a team's not going to be successful off of one player regardless.
Right.
Like look at Brennan O'Neill, right?
Yep.
Arguably one of the best college lacrosse players of recent date, right?
Yep.
He didn't win a championship at Duke.
Yeah.
Right? He came up short. So
Mike's going to love that, by the way, that you're bringing up Duke. I just want you to know that.
It's just true. But
he knows that too.
And obviously. A lot of people don't remember Owen was the number 2 recruit behind him in that class.
Yeah. Well, that's what's crazy though, right? Because I hate recruiting cycles for this. I hate it because 13 ranked kid, obviously we're happy we get him, right? Yep. There's nothing to say the 70 ranked kid can't be just as good once he walks onto campus. It's the system, it's all that.
Yep.
Let's say the 70 ranked kid bulks up 25 pounds, right? He went from a skinny, lanky, and the 13 kid walks on. I'm not saying it's happening. This is just an opinion. He walks on, he doesn't do anything. Now that 70 ranked kid is in a better spot.
Yep. Because now he has the Division I college resources at his disposal, right? Like,
And I'm not saying like that's. I'm using Jake Meyer as an example here, but like that's the first one I looked at because I was like, oh, let me find one of the lower ones that can still make an impact. I hate to say it that way. Yeah, he's still ranked 70th. Like it's not like he's ranked 200.
Yeah, he's the top 100 kid in the class.
Like when you look at it, you're like, oh, okay, like he's a 4-star. Okay, like
you know which one in that class is one of the most intriguing to me is Joe Filardi.
Okay,
because he's playing football right now.
Yep.
So does he? Because I don't know how much he's missing fall ball. I would assume he's missing probably almost all of fall ball because he's in football season. But how does that affect? How does that affect him? Does that make him stronger and more ready for lacrosse season? Does that hinder him at all?
So the only example I can, I'm going to butcher the name though. Crap.
Kid from Notre Dame.
Yep.
Jordan Faison.
Yep. So he did the same thing for Notre Dame, and I think they didn't play him. They eased him in.
Yeah.
They eased him into their first couple of games. But like the same situation, right? He's going to be exhausted when he gets on with football season, even if he's not playing a second. Let's just say,
because all
still doing all
and stuff,
work, still doing all the lifting, all that stuff. It'll be interesting because I was just about to look up his football stats, but I don't think I need to. I'm just going to phrase it that way, not to be a jerk. Didn't even know he was on the team, Matt. That's how horrible I am. That's how my summer's been going.
And looking at this freshman class, the two that stick out to me in terms of potential instant impact are, you said one of them already, Bogan.
Yeah.
Right? He's our top recruit in the class. He's a massive human being.
Yeah.
And then the other one who's also a big boy is Jaden Kittleberger.
Yep.
Because that's the spot we need people the most right now, I would say, is short stick D mid. And he's an instant fill-in with, the top guys on our team, I think. That's if everything translates well and he's doing okay and all that kind of stuff. But but
it's just crazy. Yeah. I was gonna say I'm looking at the people that graduated, obviously. Mostly face-off guys, as you talked about. So like
literally 3 face-off guys.
Literally 3 face-off guys. So you're like, okay, like obviously there's offensive production. We all know that. We all know how that works. But I think once again, we also have to remember there's also one that probably redshirted or did something like that. So we don't know if there's somebody that's on the roster that, like you said, gets that Division I strength and conditioning, and then all of a sudden, go ahead.
The name that I think of for that is Matt McEntee.
Yep,
because he was out part of the year with an injury, I think, and then didn't play, so he redshirted. And he's also a very big boy.
Yep.
His dad is one of the parents I talked to before one of the games. We were waiting in line for something. And granted, it's a dad talking about his kid, so of course he's gonna think he's the best in the world. But
man, how good is your kid at soccer? How good is your kid at soccer? I'll put this in.
Yeah, right, exactly. But just in terms of like him talking about his work ethic and like how hard he practiced, like all that kind of stuff, I was like, all right, this sounds like this kid has a chance to really make an impact. And then I also think of like kids like a Tucker Kellogg or some of those type of guys who now have the opportunity to kind of slide into some of those spots, maybe in the second line, that kind of stuff. Because if you look at, we lose Sammy, we lose Burt Whistle, even though he was out most of the season, and then Tyler Cordes. So
there's your gone. Like, let's just phrase it that way. It's gone. Like, and then you obviously Carter. Then you lose most of your starting D. Like, well, you're starting Caden Cole on the man down, but essentially.
And
Essentially
Kakemo
starting.
was one of your LSMs.
Yep.
So
It's
and then-
crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy how much in lacrosse though, and Levine obviously as another one.
I still haven't heard if he's going to try to come back or not.
I haven't heard anything
Yeah.
about that. I haven't. I'll reach out to the appropriate people.
So I will do some probing too.
It's just crazy how much turnover there is because you look at who's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like 17 or 18 guys that
Perfect.
on that list.
Yeah.
Well, so speaking of those guys, though, like a prime example, Jeb is back,
Right.
and I think that's out of the whole like JUCO not counting in your eligibility stuff.
Yep.
Because I saw a bunch of players posted that he was back. So
okay. Well, and here's the other thing: Jeb does great in the indoor.
Mhm.
So maybe there's that man. There was that man up spot last year, right? Where it's
Yep.
like, okay, Jeb,
he found his niche where he could fill in and contribute.
you're my crease attackman.
Yep,
Nope.
I'm still there.
That was perfect because you froze on my end, and I was like, "Oh, Matt's just filling in the sentence." Perfect.
Well, basically, what I said is he found
All
his
right.
niche of where he can contribute. Right, like he filled in
Yeah,
that spot that Burt
yeah.
Whistle went out with, and
Right.
he had some pretty pivotal goals. He only had 5 goals, but they were some big goals.
Right.
So,
Do you want to do this now? Do you want to rack my brain and make me think about 75 things later tonight that I forget?
one more thing of note about the fall before we move on.
Okay.
And because I've been watching the message boards, just because that's where I get my scoop sometimes, because that's where some of the fall. It's
Joey
good for the fall and the off
Splenenberger,
season.
Joey Splenenberger sends out a message on a message board, and Matt reads it. That's what I just learned. Just
They're doing a scrimmage, and actually a pretty good scrimmage on October 4th at Princeton with Princeton and Army.
so there was a question asked, and maybe you can. Do you know if that's public?
I don't know. That's a call Princeton question. And ask them.
I'm just
like,
asking
all
because
the
if there's
athletics
anybody that's listening like that,
Yeah.
there's a 0% chance I'm going to drive to Princeton for a scrimmage. I'll just be blunt.
I would
But,
love
like-
to go, but that's a long drive.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. If it was a game, like, and I knew I could work it the next day,
Yeah.
let's just say it that way.
I don't even know what day of the week that is. What day of the week is the 4th? Instead of
It's-
Saturday?
That's
Sunday.
too soon for me. That's
Saturday.
Yeah. That's,
But yeah, no, but so that tells me a couple things. One, I like that we are scrimmaging high level teams.
Yep.
I love that. But then 2, that tells me we're not playing Army this year.
Yep.
'Cause
That's, I was just
typically-
going to say.
You don't scrimmage the team you're going to play against. So,
So I would have given the things that I heard last year. I would say Harvard's probably going to flip into that spot for the rest.
are we doing a
for
home and
while.
home with them? Maybe.
I think so. That's what I've
Yeah.
heard. Now that's once again nothing's confirmed.
Yeah.
Nobody has heard anything, but Harvard filled in that spot last year. I think you're probably going to see possibly that on the schedule again. Possibly. Not saying it's. I'm not. Once again, I'm not the message board person that's messaging Matt. I may be doing it on another account just to mess with him and just spread rumors. But
Well,
Yeah.
that's a good non-conference Power 4 game.
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
that's not taken away from Army. Army's a good team, but their strength of schedule isn't great because they play in the Patriot League, right? Like,
yeah, and I'd rather see Harvard than Army. I'll be blunt.
yes, because we
Because
typically lately have not played well against Army. So
Army style is the kryptonite to Syracuse. It doesn't matter who our Army has on their team; it always works out for them. They can slow it down and run the literal Princeton style of offense when Princeton didn't have a shot clock. That's all.
yep.
All right, shall we do this? And shall you kill me with this?
Sure.
All right, let's see if this wants to. Can you see that okay still? Is that
Yep.
still good for you? Okay.
I've got it on
So-
my computer here too. So
We talked, there's a quiz here that Matt's been dying to do that he wants to prove that he's smarter than me and all this. Let's go over the other stuff first though. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, because there's a lot of a lot of craziness to it. Where I'm like, oh, like, okay, like, so like first, obviously, we all know this 11 titles.
Mhm.
It's just crazy that when you look at the 17 number, they've lost 6. That's where it sticks out. I'm not even saying that to be a jerk. Like,
yeah,
they've only lost 6. Most teams haven't even gotten to 6 championships or 6
Yep.
championship appearances. And,
Yep.
and this fan base, I ranted about it last year. I'm going to do it again right now. A lot of them don't understand that. That's how I'm going to say it. That's the nicest way I can say that. Obviously, 961 wins. That's just insane. Once again, most teams don't see 200. I'm just gonna like
yeah, right.
total national championships. I don't want to understand that one because my brain is gonna.
I wonder if it's
Right.
before the NCAA formed.
I
guess.
assume so, but I don't want to think about that.
Yep.
710 winning percentage.
Yep.
I actually do you have your computer open?
I do.
Can you look up who has the all-time winning percentage?
Yep.
I'm gonna rattle off some numbers while you're doing that. 5 conference titles, obviously. 28 Hall of Famers. There are schools who don't even have one. I think the biggest number on this, there's 2. There's one that I'm avoiding because you're going to ask a question once I say the one number. The biggest number is the 5 coaches in program history. That's a huge number to me. Not because it's bad, because there's only been 5. And I know you're focused on that. So
Yeah, I'm listening though.
I know you are. Now's that time where you can chime in with all your knowledge. Go ahead. Do you?
I'm trying to find it.
It's okay if you can't. USILA quote of the year, obviously 37. 28 semifinals. A streak that obviously
We had 22 straight.
yeah. Which is crazy because you think about it another years and then it's like, okay, that's all they had. Okay, no. But like you see the comments for it, and like I mean, there's a lot of praise that I didn't see last year. I'm just gonna say it that way. Like that's all the posts. I mean, you can see the comments. There's a like from a guy who calls himself a Syracuse fan, but every time Matt and I reach out, he's always busy. I'm just gonna say it that way. And I hope he hears this. And I think Matt, you obviously know who I'm referring to with that. So
Yeah.
and if you want to send him a message and say, "Hey, by the way, you were mentioned," I'm not going to give him the quote clout of being mentioned by name because he'll. No, I don't. Go ahead.
So based on what I see here, and this is on Wikipedia, and I don't think this is fully updated. Yes, this is through 2022.
Okay.
But I would guess that these are probably still the same. The only 2 ahead of us are Maryland and Hopkins.
That would actually make sense because of the years played and all that fun.
Yep. Yeah, because Maryland's only 5 years behind us in terms of years played, and Hopkins is 25 years ahead of us, or 20.
I was going to say, so Hopkins has the number 1 all-time wins, I think, if I.
Yep.
did
Yeah,
that
because
correct.
they've been around since almost the Civil War era. So
All right, I can only delay this for so long. I'm going to torture myself after this. Thank you very much, because this is your idea. I just want to point this out. This was your idea.
Yep.
There's a number on there that Matt says he knows everything because he looked them all up. And now he's going to do a little. We're going to try something. There are 13 four-time All-Americans.
Mhm.
And Matt said, I bet you can't name all of them. And I said, you're probably right, but I'm going to give it a shot. So the names that we obviously, I don't, now to be fair, I don't have this list in front of me. This is not like,
And I do, so I can check.
and Matt, yeah. I'm going to cross off 3 Powells. That's going to be my first 3.
Yep. Let's see. Powell. So that's 3. So you got 10 left.
Is Joel a 4-time?
Nope.
No? Okay. JoJo?
Nope.
Okay. Blackwood?
Yep.
Okay. Colsey wasn't. I'm going through this in my brain. Is there one obvious one that I'm going to kick myself for? Let me ask it that way to you.
Maybe. Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Jovan.
And so a note here.
Yep.
You already mentioned him, so I'm going to say it. Powell is the only one of ours that is a 4-time first-team All-American.
Oh, okay. That changes my answer. See, that's what I didn't even think about that part because
Does this count second team, third team, and honorable mention? Like, so it counts all of those. So it's just a first-team All-American across the board.
Jason Gebhardt.
Nope.
Alex Rozier.
Nope.
Mike Smiley. No, Mike Smiley wasn't around. Mike Smiley wasn't that good.
Pick bigger names.
Beardsley.
Correct. He was a honorable mention, second team, and then first team for 2 years.
I'm going to go somebody else from that team, Phototopoulos.
Nope.
Okay. Is that the one I would kick myself for? Let me ask it that way.
Beardsley? No.
Okay. How you do this? This is
So you've got 1, 2, 3,
I just want to
4,
point out
5,
Matt
5.
does this after I've had a rough week at work, and then he goes, "Oh, I'll do this to you and add to your levels." Who recently would it?
So I will tell you the most recent one they were on the 08 team. That's the most recent one.
I don't think Jovan obviously wasn't. He was already Galloway. I mean, that's one that we had said before. No, really? Oh, because that's. See, this is the problem.
He was a freshman on the 09 team.
That's the problem with goalies too, is because they don't play their first year typically, and then they all play the rest of their 3 years.
Well, I would have thought Galloway because he played his freshman year. He was the of the 09
yeah.
team.
It's not Joel. It's not.
Joel was an 09 freshman too. So
right. It's not Brooks because Brooks was way before that. Why am I going to do this to myself? Why do you do this to me? Why?
I'll give you another hint for this player. He's the only person besides Powell to win the Twarden.
It's still my brain for Twartons doesn't.
And he shares a first name with Mike Powell. Did I lose your volume? I lost your volume.
Are we good?
Yep, we got you now. Springer is one, but that's not the Mike I was talking about. But yes, he is on the list.
Lavelle?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So Springer was an honorable mention, then a third team, then an honorable mention, then a second team. Lavelle was honorable mention 3 years in a row, then first team his senior year when he won the Twarden.
Brian Crockett, post-mortem.
Nope. The rest are 90s and earlier.
Oh boy, this. Oh, okay. I make fun of you for not watching before 2000, and now you're just gonna do this to me.
You mentioned post-mortem. One of these guys on the list has passed away.
All I can think of is Smiley.
No,
I don't think he's
this player that I'm mentioning. He passed away within the past couple years, and a lot of players like to honor him. And talk about him.
Kavavet. I'm an idiot.
Nope, not Kavavet.
Morrissey had to be one of those.
Nope.
Really? I don't. Yeah. My brain does not work for this kind of stuff. See, you could tell me this name and I'll be like, yep, I should have gotten that one. That I'm gonna kick
Yep,
myself.
it's because you're on the spot. It happens.
Yeah.
One of them you mentioned earlier when we were talking about it, but we hadn't started the show yet.
Great. That's Matt. My brain is so far past that point right now. I'm trying to think. Who?
All right, I'll give
Okay,
you
so-
some. I'll give you some years.
Okay, that's not going to really help me because my brain doesn't. I
So-
haven't looked at the programs in a while, and there's going to be somebody in the lacrosse group who's going to kick me for getting these wrong. But
Two of them are current coaches.
current Colsey,
Yep, Colsey's one. He was a
current
third team
coaches PLL or current coaches college.
either one.
Okay,
And the other, so Colsey was a third team, and then 3 years of first team. And the other one is a college coach.
the other one is it's more. No, I'm blank. Morrissey is the one I think of, but it's not Morrissey. He's at Holy Cross. Yeah, I can do that part.
It's not It's not Reggie either.
Right. I actually, that's the one name I didn't think of. And I would have been shocked if you were like, yeah, Reggie was. I mean, Gary's I feel like this is going to make me feel really dumb, but Gary's the obvious choice, right? Am I just going to kick myself?
You are correct. It's Gary.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't have thought that he would have been, because I know he didn't play a lot his freshman year, but he was an honorable mention his freshman year.
Okay. Well, how many am I? Please tell me I'm almost done with this, because this
you have 1, 2, 3, 4 left.
Okay. So are we still in the 90s?
Yep. The most recent one they played in 89 to 92.
Oh yeah. This is see, you're gonna get me because I started watching in 93. See, you do this to me now, and this is
So this guy played professionally.
okay.
I'm pretty sure he played with Gary on the Bayhawks, and then I know he played in the, which then was, yep.
That's the only the Bayhawks thing was actually the part that kind of helped me because
yeah, he was a second team and then first team for the.
Is Marichak what year? What year is Marichak?
89 to 92.
Oh, great. You give me the one that's most recent, and now you're gonna be like, oh yeah, this one's 1975. You should know who
the oldest one is 82 to 85.
82 to 85. Matt, we might be going another 2 hours with us. I hope you know, because I have no.
So
I will say uncle on this if you want to name off no knowledge of 82 and on up till 93. I'll just be very blunt.
So one of them's a defender who played with Gary.
Okay.
Pat McCabe.
Oh wow. Yeah. I always think I'm gonna sound really dumb when I say this. I always feel like he's a 90s player, not a. I know who that is, obviously. Like
yeah.
He
was 88 to 91, so he was like right with.
Yeah, I always think of him as
90s.
early
90s. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the one that I mentioned, the guy who passed away, is Zolberti.
Oh, yeah. The one name of everybody out of all the alums who have passed away, and the one name that I can't get is him. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and then the last one, the oldest one that probably I would not have gotten is Brad Kotz.
I know that name. That's the worst part because he plays in the I think he plays in the alumni game every year when they do their
like the older guy one.
Yeah,
I hope the
older guy won, Matt. No offense, if he's playing in the newer guy one, we might have to have a talk about that about our skills as a lacrosse person. Yeah, so if I didn't give you that list. And I'm going to remove this because now I'm going to put you on the spot. I love doing this. How many of those would you have not gotten?
I definitely wouldn't have gotten Brad Kotz.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have remembered Pat McCabe because I tend to just think offensively.
Yep.
Beardsley, I might have.
Beardsley's a name that we know enough of.
Yeah.
I would say.
And I like we were talking before we started, like I wouldn't have guessed Gary.
Yeah.
Because I know he played somewhat his freshman year, but I know he didn't play as much as
See, that's what's crazy though, because I think of it just makes me think of people who aren't on that list. That's all I'm gonna say. Like that's who I think of, like the Morrisseys of that world.
Yep.
Of those amazing teams that won back to back to back to back. And then you're like, okay, those didn't make it for 4 years. Like I'm like, okay, like
when it's a did they not play their freshman year kind of like, because I mean we probably have hundreds of guys who are 3-year All-Americans,
Well,
right?
Because Gebhardt was at least a 2-time.
I would have to think Matty Palin made at least a couple.
Right. So yeah. And Rozier was see that the problem is when you win a national championship, you still don't get the automatic first team nod. I'm just gonna phrase it that way. And you're like, okay, like Rozier should be one. Gebhardt should be one. I actually want it if we ever get Rick to do that again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have Rick do the same thing because I want to see if he could.
That'd be fun.
Because like his brain is crazy, where he'd probably think of McCabe.
Yeah,
he'd get McCabe, but it wouldn't be like, okay, Zalberti, okay,
yeah,
like Laval. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Because I always think of the goalies. I went goalies first. I criticize the offense all the time, and I went goalies first with my guesses.
Well, like you said, I think Gelly would have been a good guess because he was an instrumental part of that 09 team when he was a freshman. So he played all 4 years and was one of the best goalies in the country.
That's what I mean, where I'm like, okay.
Same thing with Joel.
Right. Because I immediately think of Joel, and I immediately think of Joel's immediate impact. Like, that's where my brain goes. And I'm like, okay, Joel had immediate impact. He should be on this list. Like,
and I think the hard part with both, like, that face-offs and goalies is you have one first-team All-American.
Right. Yeah, right? I had to think about that. I kicked myself for the Rozier. I couldn't have told you who the goalie was. Quint? Probably Quint or some crap like that where Quint got the freaking nod for.
Yep. So, yeah, it's because, like, it's like, all right, who was the big goalie that year?
Right.
Like, so.
I'm going to look up Quint's college career while I'm doing this because I need to make myself.
I bet he was a 4-team All-American.
Don't do this, man. See, you know another name that I just thought of? One of his broadcasting partners, Kark.
Oh, yeah.
Because Kark was, I mean, it sounds horrible, but he was good. Really good. I'm not even.
Like you mentioned, Kavovit. That's another one. He was probably a 3-year.
Right. Well, immediately when you said, it's going to sound horrible, when you said person who has passed away, I was like, immediately Kavovit. Like immediately my brain went Kavovit.
Well, he's one of the ones that's talked about all the time, right? Because he's like his family associated with the 15th Life Foundation.
The Crockett one is kind of a weird pull, but I know people who had obsessions with him when he.
Well, Kaufman's another one that he probably was 3 years.
So here you go. Your daily Josh Kaufman reference. Got it. Thank you. Do you want to take a guess on when Quint played?
I
have it in front of me because I have their.
I'm gonna say 80. 86, 89.
You actually are right. It's almost like you pulled that up in front of you, and then you could put your hands up like you didn't do it, but it's okay. I would have done the same thing.
Well, because I know he was on the teams with Petro and played against Gary, right? So I was trying to think, okay, when did he? And I think he was a little bit older than Gary. So
he was technically the 1990 class, just for the record.
Oh, he was okay.
Yeah, he's in the Hopkins Hall of Fame, obviously.
Yeah.
I think is that everything that we had. I know we just went off on a way tangent, and I thought we'd be doing this till 10 o'clock. Me guessing that, but
hey, we still went an hour and 20, so that's pretty good.
An hour and 20 for. I don't want to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to criticize myself with that. What I was about to say. I'll just show you the notes. There, see, there's. Like,
well, and then here's mine.
Right. Somebody's going to see that and be like, "Oh, Dan doesn't prepare." Yep. Matt reached out to me last minute and goes, okay, I can do this date. And I said, sounds great. Like, let's
do it.
Yeah. No, I need to get back into lacrosse brain. I am currently in college football brain. So I know it's horrible saying that on a lacrosse podcast where I talk about Syracuse lacrosse, but I am in a Syracuse football brain, and yeah, it's okay. You know, Matt just watched lacrosse. You know, his Bills.
I watched some of the football games.
His Bills get one win, and now he wants to do the show all of a sudden. Oh, it's okay. The Bills won. Let's do a show.
Listen, I didn't think they were winning, so
I'll just phrase it this way. There is one person on this who bet on the Bills, and you are looking at him when the Bills were down 15. I bet on the Bills to win. So
nice.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I don't even want to say a schedule for when we'll do the next one because I haven't even.
We'll figure it out and we'll post about it, folks.
Yeah. Yeah. Matt will post it because Matt knows how to use Twitter. Matt will post about it and I will just retweet it. We'll say it that way. So no, well, I know
it's not going to be weekly or as
frequent, I would say every month. Like, I don't know. I don't even want to say that because we have somebody that reached out to us that wants to make an appearance. I think that's a fair way to say that.
Or be a part of the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe we'll do maybe we'll do an episode with that. I know we talked about this kind of behind the scenes, but maybe we'll do an episode with that person on their introduction to lacrosse.
Sure. Yeah.
We can figure that out. Obviously, you and I will talk about that and that person. And then, yeah, I think I'm going to reach out to Reggie. I'm going to send an email to Reggie and try and get Reggie. I have to go through their proper channels. That's my only worry is trying to go through the communications department, and they don't like Matt because Matt quit SU on a bad terms and walked away. And, no, I just hate going through the communications department. I'll just say it that way because it's a pain. They are a pain to work with. So
we're gonna, like I said before too, we're gonna try to work on some players or some former players, just something to kind of fill the time until we get to January, February time, and
then we can obviously once the schedule drops, we'll do a schedule.
Yep.
Obviously, go through
and then get back into the swing of things. Yep.
Yeah, and then Matt will do it every Sunday by himself, and then I'll just be sitting behind the scenes, and Matt can do his notes. One of these times I'm going to give Matt the code to this. I'm going to say, have fun. I'm just going to watch, and I'm just going to trash you from behind the scenes.
You'll be a keyboard warrior.
Yeah. Hey, I can log onto a burner. That's all I'm going to say. I got a burner. I got a burner on the message boards for a reason. I can hide my appearance. But yeah, I think we'll I don't know. We'll say a couple weeks from now. I think that's a pretty safe bet, like, to be honest, because
well, I'm in the full swing of youth sports again now too, so we'll figure out a time.
Yeah, we'll do it around Matt's schedule. Matt's the star, so Matt.
You asked me to be on this podcast with you.
Yes, but I didn't know that the youth sports would take precedence over doing a podcast. Okay. Obviously, I did. I know that. Joking, all jokes aside, I know obviously your son has a lot of stuff going on. His son's about to be a lacrosse recruit. Coaches wait 10 years.
He's a 2035, so
yeah, I was gonna say wait later. Is he a 2035? Is he actually? No. Oh, you got that. You got that written down. Like, okay, we're good after 2035. We're good.
Yeah. Then I can go. Then I can podcast anytime you want, Dan.
Yeah, he's gonna retire. Matt's gonna be on remote.
Yeah,
I have an idea for that person, but we'll talk about that behind the scenes because I have an idea for that person that reached out to us. I just thought of it. My brain. Okay. Random thoughts. We won't talk about that on here yet.
In June, when it got to be like graduation season, I said to my wife, he graduates in 10 years. And my wife was like, don't do that. Stop. No.
Yeah, that's crazy that I mean, obviously for you, it's crazier, but it's crazier that it's only 10 years.
Listen, you would know because you're the same age as me. I celebrated my 20th high school reunion this summer. So I was like,
I have avoided going to it. I'll be honest.
I was part of the people who helped plan it, so
I don't
in
want
true me
to.
fashion.
Wait, mine's next year. No, mine's next year. Yeah. Holy
Did
cow.
you graduate in 06 or 05?
06.
Okay, yeah, so
06.
you're a year up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have not. I told my wife, I said, there is a very slim chance I will be going, and there is an even slimmer chance that you'll be going. I'll just say it that way. So, not that she obviously she doesn't know any because we graduated different high schools, but I have no desire to drive out there for a reunion, and I'll just phrase it that way. So
Yeah.
that's too inside baseball. Yeah, we'll get back with everybody on the socials. I'll have the Twitter thing worked out because all my Twitter trolls weren't able to watch. I did share the link, but none of them were able to watch. So yeah, I think we're good. Unless you got anything, you got any other cards? Any other cards you want to show off before you?
Nope, that's it. That's it for now.
Okay, sounds
Go
good.
Orange.
Go Orange.